Section 1. The Digital Landscape. In today's world, being connected is essential. We use the internet for everything. We connect with family, friends, and colleagues online. We manage our finances, shop, and entertain ourselves through digital platforms. This interconnectedness has brought incredible convenience and opportunities, but it also comes with risks. As we embrace the digital world, we must also be aware of its potential dangers. Our personal information, our finances, and even our reputations are vulnerable in the online space. Just like in the physical world, we need to take precautions to protect ourselves. Think about it this way. When you leave your house, you lock your doors and windows. You might even set an alarm system. You do this to protect your home and possessions. The same principle applies online. We need to secure our digital lives. This training is designed to give you the tools and knowledge to do just that. We'll explore the various threats that exist in the digital landscape, understand why they pose a risk, and most importantly, learn how to protect ourselves from them.
Section 2. Why online safety matters. For nonprofit leaders like yourselves, online safety is paramount. You handle sensitive information, manage financial transactions, and communicate with a wide range of individuals and organizations. Your online presence is an extension of your work, and protecting it is crucial. Cybersecurity threats are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Hackers are constantly finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities and gain access to personal and organizational data. They target individuals and organizations of all sizes, and nonprofits are not immune. The consequences of a cyber attack can be devastating. A data breach could lead to the loss of sensitive donor information, financial losses, and damage to your organization's reputation. It's essential to take proactive steps to mitigate these risks. By prioritizing online safety, you're not only protecting your organization, but also safeguarding the trust and confidence of your donors, beneficiaries, and the wider community you serve.
Section 3. Navigating the digital world with confidence. The good news is that by adopting simple yet effective security practices, you can significantly reduce your risk of becoming a victim of cybercrime. This training will equip you with the knowledge to make informed decisions about your online activities. We'll cover a range of topics, from creating strong passwords and identifying phishing scams to securing your social media accounts and protecting your devices from malware. Our goal is to empower you to navigate the digital world with confidence, knowing that you have the tools and knowledge to stay safe and secure. Remember, online safety is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time fix, but rather a mindset of vigilance and awareness that you need to incorporate into your daily online interactions. Let's get started.
In the digital age, the threats to our online security are numerous and constantly evolving. It's easy to imagine shadowy figures working tirelessly to infiltrate our systems. But understanding the nature of these threats is the first step in protecting ourselves. Let's shed some light on the different faces of cyber threats. Contrary to popular belief, random hackers seeking to cause chaos are not the most significant threat. While they do exist, they represent a smaller percentage of cyber attacks. More often than not, cybercriminals target individuals and organizations strategically, motivated by specific goals. Think about the people you interact with daily, both online and offline. Among them could be potential sources of cyber threats. Disgruntled current or former colleagues, driven by malice or a desire for revenge, might attempt to access your accounts or spread misinformation. Online adversaries, fueled by personal or professional rivalries, can also pose a threat. Their actions might include spreading rumors, attempting to damage your reputation, or even launching cyber attacks. It's crucial to be mindful of the digital footprints we leave and the potential for conflict to spill over into the online world. Understanding what cybercriminals hope to gain from their malicious activities is crucial to building effective defenses. In most cases, their motives boil down to two primary objectives: financial gain and access to valuable information. Financial gain is a powerful motivator for cybercriminals. They employ various tactics, such as stealing credit card data, hacking into bank accounts, or deploying ransomware to extort money from individuals and organizations. Access to valuable information is another primary goal. This information could include sensitive personal data like social security numbers, health records, or financial details. Cybercriminals can then exploit this data for identity theft, blackmail, or even corporate espionage. They might also target intellectual property, trade secrets, or confidential business information, seeking to gain a competitive edge or disrupt operations. Understanding the value of the information we possess and taking steps to protect it is paramount. One increasingly common tactic employed by cybercriminals is credential stuffing. This method involves using stolen login credentials, typically obtained through data breaches, to gain unauthorized access to online accounts. Imagine a scenario where one of your online accounts, perhaps a less secure website where you used a weaker password, gets compromised. The cybercriminals now have your email address and password combination. They then use automated tools to test these credentials on various other websites and services, hoping to find matches. Since many people reuse the same password across multiple platforms, this tactic can be surprisingly effective. Credential stuffing highlights the importance of using unique, strong passwords for every online account. It also underscores the need for additional security measures, such as two-factor authentication, to make it significantly harder for unauthorized access, even if login details are compromised.
Cybercriminals, like any adversary, strategize. They prioritize targets based on potential gain and ease of exploitation. This makes individuals and organizations holding valuable data, especially those perceived as vulnerable, prime targets. High net worth individuals, often in the public eye, become attractive targets. Their financial resources make them lucrative for extortion or data theft. Public profiles inadvertently offer criminals personal details exploitable for social engineering attacks. Nonprofit leaders, while driven by social good, often possess access to sensitive data, donor information, financial records, and beneficiary details. This data holds value on the black market, making these organizations appealing to cybercriminals. Furthermore, the nonprofit sector, often operating with limited resources, may lag in cybersecurity infrastructure compared to larger corporations. This perceived vulnerability, coupled with the high value of data held, makes them appealing targets for attackers seeking quick gains.
Beyond financial data, cybercriminals recognize the value of influence. Individuals with a platform, especially those engaged in social or political discourse, can become targets for reasons beyond immediate financial gain. Outspoken individuals, particularly on controversial topics, may attract unwanted attention. Cyberattacks could aim to silence, intimidate, or discredit them. These attacks might involve doxing, where personal information is maliciously published online, leading to harassment campaigns. Group affiliations, be it religious, political, or social, can also make individuals and organizations targets. Attackers might exploit these affiliations to sow discord, spread misinformation, or disrupt activities. It is crucial to remember that cyber attacks are not always isolated incidents. They can be part of larger campaigns seeking to manipulate public opinion, disrupt social harmony, or advance specific ideologies. Protecting oneself online is not just about safeguarding data, it's about preserving one's voice and the integrity of the causes they championed.
While financial gain remains a primary driver, the motivations behind cyber attacks are increasingly diverse and complex. Understanding these motivations is crucial in developing comprehensive defense strategies. Espionage, both corporate and state-sponsored, plays a significant role. Cybercriminals, often contracted by rival organizations or governments, target intellectual property, trade secrets, and sensitive data for competitive advantage or geopolitical leverage. Hacktivism, driven by ideological or political agendas, seeks to disrupt, expose, or bring attention to specific causes. These attacks might target government websites, corporations, or organizations perceived as opposing their views. Personal vendettas, fueled by grievances or a desire for revenge, shouldn't be underestimated. Disgruntled employees, former partners, or online adversaries might resort to cyber attacks to cause harm, embarrassment, or financial loss. These attacks, often targeted and personal, can be particularly damaging. The stakes of the game. What cybercriminals are after. To effectively combat cybercrime, we must understand the motivations driving these malicious actors. While the methods are constantly evolving, the ultimate goals often boil down to a few key objectives. By recognizing these objectives, we can better anticipate threats and strengthen our defenses. Financial gain remains a primary driver. Cybercriminals are drawn to the potential for quick and substantial profits with minimal risk of detection. They exploit vulnerabilities in systems and human behavior to steal money, data, and resources. They target financial accounts, credit card information, and online payment systems, often employing sophisticated phishing scams, malware, and ransomware attacks to extort money from individuals and organizations. The rise of cryptocurrency has further fueled this motivation, offering a seemingly anonymous and untraceable way to move illicit funds. However, reducing cybercrime solely to financial gain would be a mistake. While the pursuit of profit is a powerful motivator, it's not the only factor driving these malicious activities. Understanding the broader spectrum of cybercriminal goals is crucial for developing comprehensive security strategies. Beyond the dollar sign, the non-financial motivations of cybercrime. Cybercrime extends beyond mere financial gain. Motivations can be as diverse as the individuals and groups perpetrating these acts. Personal vendettas, political agendas, and the desire to cause disruption all play a role in shaping the landscape of cyber threats. Disgruntled employees, former partners, or online adversaries may resort to cyber attacks as a form of retaliation or revenge. These attacks, often fueled by anger, jealousy, or a desire to inflict harm, can target personal reputations, professional careers, or financial stability. Hacktivists, driven by ideological or political beliefs, leverage their technical skills to promote their cause. They may target governments, corporations, or individuals they perceive as adversaries, defacing websites, leaking sensitive information, or disrupting operations to draw attention to their agenda. In some cases, cyber attacks are motivated by a desire for notoriety or recognition within the hacker community. These individuals, often driven by ego or a thirst for challenge, may engage in high-profile attacks to gain recognition for their technical prowess or to make a statement. The ripple effect. Understanding the broader impact of cyber attacks. The consequences of cybercrime extend far beyond the immediate victims. These attacks can have a ripple effect, impacting entire industries, undermining trust in institutions, and eroding confidence in the digital world. Data breaches, for example, can expose sensitive personal and financial information, leading to identity theft, financial loss, and reputational damage. The cost of recovering from such breaches can be substantial, impacting businesses, organizations, and individuals alike. Cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure, such as power grids, transportation systems, or healthcare facilities, can disrupt essential services, jeopardize public safety, and even lead to loss of life. The interconnected nature of our world amplifies the potential impact of these attacks, making them a growing concern for governments and organizations worldwide. Moreover, the erosion of trust in the digital realm can have far-reaching consequences. As cybercrime becomes more prevalent and sophisticated, individuals and organizations may become hesitant to engage in online activities, stifling innovation and hindering economic growth. Protecting ourselves and our digital assets is not just about individual security. It's about safeguarding the integrity and potential of the digital world. Unveiling credential. Stuffing. A stealthy cyber threat. In the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats, credential stuffing has emerged as a particularly insidious tactic employed by cybercriminals. Unlike brute force attacks that rely on guessing passwords, credential stuffing exploits a common human flaw: password reuse. Imagine a scenario where one of your online accounts, perhaps a less secure website with a simple password, gets compromised in a data breach. The cybercriminals now possess your email address and password combination, but their objective extends far beyond accessing this single account. These stolen credentials become the keys to a much larger operation. Cybercriminals employ automated tools, often referred to as bots, to systematically test these email and password combinations across a vast array of websites and online services, hoping to find matches. This approach preys on the widespread habit of password reuse. Studies have shown that a significant percentage of individuals use the same password for multiple online accounts, making credential stuffing a surprisingly effective tactic for gaining unauthorized access. Why credential stuffing works. Exploiting human nature and security gaps. The success of credential stuffing hinges on two key factors: human behavior and security vulnerabilities. On the human side, password reuse stems from a desire for convenience. Remembering multiple complex passwords can be challenging, leading individuals to prioritize ease of access over security. Cybercriminals understand this human tendency and exploit it to their advantage. They know that even if a user has a strong, unique password for their primary email account, the chances of them using the same level of security for every online service are slim. From a security standpoint, many websites and online services lack robust authentication measures. While some platforms have implemented multi-factor authentication, requiring a second form of verification beyond just a password, many still rely solely on username and password combinations, leaving them vulnerable to credential stuffing attacks. The widespread availability of stolen login credentials on the dark web further exacerbates the problem. Cybercriminals can easily purchase massive databases containing millions of email addresses and password combinations, providing them with ample ammunition for their credential stuffing campaigns.
The power of unique passwords, your first line of defense. In the digital age, where our lives are increasingly intertwined with online accounts and services, strong passwords are no longer a luxury, but a necessity. They serve as the first line of defense against unauthorized access, protecting our sensitive information, financial assets, and online identities. The days of using simple, easily guessable passwords like password 123 or QWERTY are long gone. Cybercriminals are armed with sophisticated tools and readily available databases of compromised passwords, making such weak passwords easy targets for brute force attacks and credential stuffing. A strong password is characterized by its length, complexity, and uniqueness. It should be at least 12 characters long and incorporate a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoid using personal information, common words, or sequential patterns that can be easily guessed. Creating and remembering multiple strong passwords can be daunting, but thankfully, password managers offer a secure and convenient solution. These tools generate and store complex passwords for all your online accounts, requiring you to remember only a single master password to access the vault. Section 2, two-factor authentication, doubling down on security. While strong passwords are essential, they are not foolproof. Data breaches and phishing scams can still compromise even the most complex passwords, leaving your accounts vulnerable. This is where two-factor authentication, or 2FA, comes into play, adding an extra layer of security to safeguard your online identities. Two-factor authentication requires two forms of verification before granting access to your account. The first is your password, which you know. The second is a unique code generated by an app on your smartphone, a hardware token, or sent to your email address, which you have. This two-step process makes it significantly harder for unauthorized individuals to gain access, even if they have your password. Imagine someone trying to access your email account. Even if they have your password, they won't be able to get past the second layer of security without that unique code, which only you have access to. This makes 2FA a powerful deterrent against account takeovers. Many online services, including email providers, social media platforms, and financial institutions, now offer two-factor authentication. Enabling this feature should be a top priority for all your important accounts, as it significantly strengthens your defenses against unauthorized access. Section 3, outsmarting phishing scams. Recognizing and avoiding the bait. Phishing scams are among the most prevalent and deceptive cyber threats, targeting individuals and organizations alike. These scams rely on social engineering tactics to trick victims into revealing sensitive information, clicking malicious links, or downloading malware. Phishing attacks typically arrive via email, text messages, or social media messages, often disguised as legitimate communications from trusted sources such as banks, government agencies, or well-known companies. These messages are carefully crafted to appear authentic, using official logos, familiar branding, and urgent language to create a sense of legitimacy and pressure the recipient into taking immediate action. However, beneath the surface of these seemingly trustworthy messages lie telltale signs that can help you identify and avoid falling victim to phishing scams. Pay close attention to the sender's email address, looking for any inconsistencies or misspellings. Be wary of generic greetings such as "Dear Customer" or "Dear Account Holder" instead of your actual name. Legitimate organizations will never ask for sensitive information such as passwords, credit card details, or social security numbers via email or unsolicited phone calls. If you receive a message requesting such information, exercise extreme caution and verify the request through an official channel before providing any personal details.
Building a fortress of privacy, safeguarding your digital footprint. In today's hyper-connected world, safeguarding your digital footprint is paramount. Every click, every post, and every online interaction leaves a trail of data that, if not carefully managed, can be exploited by malicious actors. Building a fortress of privacy requires a proactive approach, consciously limiting the information you share and controlling who has access to it. Start by being mindful of the personal details you reveal online. Avoid sharing sensitive information, such as your home address, phone number, or financial details on social media platforms, public forums, or unsecured websites. Remember, once information is out there, it can be challenging to control its dissemination. Regularly review and adjust the privacy settings on your social media accounts, limiting the visibility of your posts, photos, and personal information. Be selective about the apps and services you grant access to your social media profiles, scrutinizing their permissions and data usage policies. Consider creating separate email accounts for different purposes, such as personal communication, online shopping, and financial transactions. This compartmentalization limits the potential damage if one account is compromised and makes it harder for cybercriminals to piece together a comprehensive profile of your online activities.
The power of proactive protection, taking charge of your online security. Staying ahead of cyber threats requires a proactive approach, constantly updating your defenses and remaining vigilant against potential vulnerabilities. Think of it as maintaining a well-fortified castle, regularly inspecting its walls, reinforcing its gates, and staying alert for any signs of intrusion. One of the most effective ways to strengthen your defenses is to keep your devices, software, and apps up to date. Software updates often include security patches that address known vulnerabilities, making it harder for cybercriminals to exploit weaknesses in your systems. Enable automatic updates whenever possible to ensure you benefit from the latest protections. Be cautious about the links you click and the attachments you open, especially from unknown or suspicious sources. Phishing scams often use enticing links or attachments to lure victims into revealing personal information or downloading malware. Hover over links to preview the destination URL before clicking, and avoid opening attachments unless you are expecting them and trust the sender. Finally, make it a habit to regularly back up your important data such as documents, photos, and financial records. Data loss can occur due to various reasons, including hardware failures, accidental deletions, or cyber attacks. Having a recent backup ensures that even if one device is compromised, you can restore your data and minimize disruption to your personal and professional life.
The ever-evolving landscape of digital security. As we conclude this exploration of online safety and digital security, it's crucial to acknowledge that the landscape we navigate is not static. Cyber threats are constantly evolving, adapting to new technologies and exploiting emerging vulnerabilities. What might be considered a best practice today could become outdated tomorrow as cybercriminals devise new tactics to compromise our data and disrupt our lives. The key takeaway is not to be overwhelmed by the ever-changing nature of cyber threats, but to embrace a mindset of continuous learning and adaptation. Staying informed about the latest security risks, best practices, and emerging technologies is essential for maintaining a strong security posture. Think of it as an ongoing journey, not a destination. This training has provided you with a solid foundation in online safety, equipping you with the knowledge and tools to make informed decisions, mitigate risks, and protect yourself and your organization from cyber threats. But it's only the beginning. The true measure of success lies in how you apply this knowledge in your daily online interactions, remaining vigilant, adaptable, and proactive in the face of evolving challenges. Remember, cybersecurity is not solely the responsibility of IT professionals or security experts. It's a shared responsibility that requires the active participation of every individual who uses the internet. By working together, staying informed, and remaining vigilant, we can create a safer and more secure digital world for ourselves, our organizations, and the communities we serve.
The digital age has ushered in unprecedented opportunities for communication, collaboration, and innovation. It has empowered us to connect with people across the globe, access vast stores of information, and amplify our voices like never before. Yet with these opportunities come inherent risks. As we navigate this digital landscape, it's crucial to remember that we are not powerless against cyber threats. By adopting the practical strategies and proactive measures outlined in this training, we empower ourselves to take control of our online safety and protect our digital lives. Strong passwords, two-factor authentication, and a healthy skepticism towards suspicious emails and messages are just a few of the tools at our disposal. It's important to remember that online safety is not about living in fear of the digital world, but about engaging with it confidently and responsibly. By understanding the risks, adopting best practices, and staying informed, we can mitigate threats, safeguard our data, and harness the full potential of the digital age while minimizing the risks. Thank you for participating in this training. May the knowledge you've gained empower you to navigate the digital world with confidence, security, and a commitment to responsible online behavior. Remember, together, we can create a safer and more secure digital future for all.